you obviously, everyone knows how to put in a spreadsheet page, hopefully by now. We've done it quite a few times with our modelling ideas. Just call them anything you want. This was F and B. I was going to have that funny thing, FIB. I was going to have a third country called I. But change it to red and green for you guys, okay? You'll recognise which is your country here. Should we change them now? Who had the one with all the fives? Red. Okay, so we'll just change that to red now. And this is obviously the G cities, okay? And as you scroll down... So it's frozen. Oh. There we go. As you scroll down, you can see that actually there is a different amount of cities in each country, but that doesn't matter. We can still work out averages and draw graphs. And now, doc, insert. Now, of course, go back, sorry. Doc, insert. And I want to insert a graph, but not this type of graph. This is drawing functions, linear, quadratic graphs. This is what we want, data and statistics. Okay. Now let's have a little look at the red. So it defaults to a nice little dot plot, which is essentially what you guys have created on your tables. It's like a little mini bar chart, isn't it? Okay. And so that looks good. I like the look at that. And then here's green. But you'd like to compare them, wouldn't you, on a similar scale, just to get a sense of comparison. So menu, plot properties, and option number 5 is to add an X variable. And already we've got green plotted, so we're going to add on R. Okay, so that gives you a sense of comparison, red versus green. But then I'm going to do menu, plot type, and I'm going to do a box plot. So that's interesting, isn't it? So the bottom one, the red, it looks very similar to the box plot we drew on the board, but can you see there's a bit of a difference? Can you see it doesn't stretch all the way out to those end dots? Why do you might think? Why does it not stretch out and have those nice edges on? Yeah, the TI-nspire have identified the city with 2 and the city with 7 as being outliers or anomalies for that data set. Okay, you've got so many others between 4, 5 and 6 that it's saying that this score of 7 and this score of 2, I'm going to consider them as outliers or anomalies. Now, we'll come back to this discussion. How do we decide when a data point is an outlier or not? The TI-nspire does it in a very specific way, and there are some definitions we'll come back to, okay? But let's leave that for now, and let's look at a different viewpoint here. Menu, plot type, histogram. Now, histogram is a fancy word for bar chart. Okay, there's a very mathematical reason for calling it a histogram. Again, we'll dip into those technical details later. At the moment, histogram. Okay, now it's interesting, isn't it? And it gives you a sense, but look at the scale and look at the width of the bars. Looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Okay, so we have to go and adjust the histogram. Menu, plot properties, histogram properties. Now, at the moment, for you guys, histogram is just a bar chart. So histogram bin settings equal bin width. The bin is the size of the bar. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to change these into 1s so it gets the picture that you've got on your desk in front of you. And the alignment I'm going to have as 0. So this now is definitely the bar chart or histogram you constructed on the table. Notice the scale on the x-axis. A scale should be going up in equal intervals. It's a linear scale, okay? So we wouldn't skip out 3 to 4 just because there's no bar drawn there. And if you think, well, that's nice, but can I do anything else with it? You can. Menu, plot properties, histogram properties, bin settings, equal bin width. I'm going to change it to 2 wide. Okay, so there may be advantages and disadvantages to changing the width of the bin, how you group your city scores together. So at the moment, I've grouped this city certainly from 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10. Okay, and there may be some advantages and disadvantages the way you actually group your data together. What if I went a bit crazy? Any use? Is it useful or not? You have lost a lot of detail. But maybe we can clearly see the red now is, for the red cities, more than half of them are 5 and bigger. And for the green cities, less than half of them are 5 or bigger. Maybe that's one use of just putting them into 2 very big groups. Okay? So that's how to use TI-nspire for the graphing. But now we're going to go back to the spreadsheet, and I'm going to click on C1, and now I'm going to use the calculating functions to work out the mean, the median, the lower quartile, the upper quartile. Okay? And then we could produce this table quite easily and drawn by hand a box plot. Menu, statistics, statistical calculations, 1 variable statistics. Now you might think, well, hold on a second, there's 2 variable statistics here, but 1 variable, what variable are we measuring? What's the variable we're measuring? Frequency is not really the variable we're measuring. Not quite, not central tendencies, no, not variables. What's 7 represent? Wellness score. Wellness score is the variable we're measuring. What are all these? What is this for? This is a wellness score. These are all wellness scores. This is the variable we're analysing, the average wellness score. Okay? So there's only 1 variable we're measuring. Frequency is just a helpful grouping mechanism. 1 variable statistics, 2 lists. Okay, the first list, red. The second list, green. Put the results in column C. Go. Okay, let's go. Let's have a little look. So at the top here, this is red. This is green. X with a little bar on the top is the mean. 4.45, 4.65. That sounds familiar. Scroll down. Sigma X. All of the X scores added together. 49, 46.5. 46.5 divided by 10, 4.65. That's how you calculated your mean score, I think. And this one, 49 divided by 11, gave us 4.45. We'll scroll down. N, how many cities in each? Go down again. Min, Q1, median, Q3. You have all the quartiles and min and max listed here as well. Okay? So let me just go and summarize that last little bit for you because it's pretty powerful. You wanted to go menu, statistics, stat calculations, 1 variable statistics, 2 lists, and then just state which variables you want to be, which lists you want to analyze. Okay, how beautiful is that? So I'm going to pause that video. We'll